Okay. Hmm? I had it on lead, not pin. Okay. Alright. Oh, jeez. This looks goofy. Looks very goofy. Gotta do hard lines. I just wanna feel this moment. Dang it. And of course, there's advertisements. Skip. Man. This is not easy. And again, drawing Pokemon was never really that easy. Hmm. Yes, this is my art. I am doing Pokemon fan art. I'm currently trying to take the reference images and make Pokemon fan art. I don't generally do requests. What type is it gonna be? I'm just doing the generic types that are already established in Pokemon. I just want to do a fan art piece that I'm doing is going to be a collective of frogs in a group that are frog type Pokemon, and it's going to be a kind of parody on the song I'm the Bad Guy, but it's going to say I'm the frog type, and it's going to refer to liking the frog types in Pokemon. That's what I'm currently doing. Messed that one up. Your favorite Pokemon's Dragonite? My favorite Pokemon is Vulpix, but I also like Charmander. I like Fuecoco. Fuecoco is basically kind of like one brain cell, like Totodile. And so that's why I like Fuecoco. It's just no brain cell, just no thought, just goofy little guy. Um, I like evolutions. I like Fido, Alcremie. I like a lot of fairy types. I know that Dragonite is actually a fairy type. Apparently Dragonite is not a dragon type. You would assume because they look like a dragon that they'd be a dragon type, but Dragonite is actually a fairy type, which is weird because dragons are weak to fairy types. But I've occasionally do Pokemon fan art, and I haven't really done much Pokemon fan art this year, other than like I've done like some Mothra X Volcarona type stuff. I do a little bit of stuff here and there. Trying to figure out if I should position the arms slightly different. I think maybe if I am I outside? No. If you're hearing wind noise, that's my PC being loud. because my mic on my computer is pretty close to my PC. And the AC is on, apparently. Wish I could stop getting ads. I draw Sonic art sometimes. I don't do a lot of Sonic fan art. I've played a few of the games, but I don't do a lot of Sonic fan art. I'm more partial to playing stuff like Borderlands, Minecraft, Bioshock, Stardew. And there's a few other games. Spyro is a good series. I haven't played Hollow Knight yet, but that's mostly because I don't have the game. I've got a lot of games in my game library on my Steam and Epic Games that I need to get around to playing, but I'm hyper fixated on Minecraft a lot, having to regain achievements and rebuild stuff since my computer crashed and stuff, so it's been just a continuous grind. And then I have some friends that invited me to Realms recently, and it was my first time on the Realms server, so I'm still trying to get used to the Realms server stuff. Trying to make sure that my headphones aren't making it to where I can't hear my actual volume of my voice. We usually do survival builds, and I've been pretty good at that. Oh, I should have it Naruto running, that would be cool. I'm a goober. Hello. I am okay. Or have it like do like the hats off kind of bow. Don't know. Like I'm the water frog ninja. Greninja? Greninja the frog. It's one of the evolutions. It's Froakies' final form evolution, Greninja. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Can't remember Pokemon names, more of a Legend of Zelda fan. I'm also a Legend of Zelda fan. I've been playing since the NES Zelda. I do have some of the games in the series I'm not a fan of, but everyone has those. Some people, I don't know who, but some people like Spirit Tracks. I won't understand why they like Spirit Tracks. I do like Ocarina of Time, but are you talking about Ocarina of Time for GameCube or Ocarina of Time for 3DS? Because originally Ocarina of Time was GameCube, and then eventually it got remastered for the 3DS, GameCube. I'm good with GameCube Ocarina of Time, but at the same time, whenever I have to go back to playing on the GameCube, I always forget that there isn't a save button for the game on GameCube, and so you initially just go back to the main menu, and it always throws me off because I expect there to be like, okay, I'm gonna go and I'm go to the menu and I'm gonna save, and then it's like, no, you don't get that option. No, ma'am, no, chill. I think my favorite Zelda game would have to be Twilight Princess, but that's because it was one of the darker ones in the series. My younger brother has a 3D printed ocarina that functions. One of my roommates also has an ocarina that functions. I believe theirs is ceramic. I haven't gotten this ocarina yet. It'll probably be on the to-do list for whenever I complete one of my cosplays. Because there's a cosplay I plan on doing eventually, if I can remake it. Because I have the sailcloth that I've made that I've had for years. But the cosplay I would probably do would probably be from Skyward Sword. Not a lot of people, from what I understand, there's some people that aren't the biggest fans of Skyward Sword. They're haters. But I like Skyward Sword because there's a joke in it where Link is literally on the edge, like, I don't know where my Loftwing is. I don't know where my Loftwing is. Link, go fly! Save your Loftwing! I like you! Pushes off the cliff. How can you tell that Zelda likes you? She pushed me off a cliff. You dumbass. Like, that is not healthy, but it is hilarious. I like Skyward Sword because, one, the dragons, the 3 sky dragons that you have to go and talk to and gather the songs for. I like the design of Zelda in Skyward Sword. If I could get past the graphics of Wind Waker, I would be okay with Wind Waker. But the graphics throw me off, and I have like this visual impairment that kind of hinders my ability to enjoy some things. And I'm also just have visual issues sometimes. Twilight Princess was good, Skyward Sword was good, NES was good. Is it bad that you hated Tears of the Kingdom? I mean, everyone is allowed to like and dislike what they like video game wise. There isn't a right or wrong in games that you hate or games you don't hate. You like what you like, and the main thing is that you enjoy the games that you do and you find love in the games that you like. Just being able to enjoy a game is, I say, a good part of gaming. Like, I haven't played Tears of the Kingdom yet, but that's mostly because I haven't finished Breath of the Wild yet, because I started it when I was living at my mom's with my younger brother, and he was letting me play it on his Switch. But I believe currently the Switch is having some issues. I think it's mostly because of the Switch 2 upgrade thing. There's a big, like, I don't remember what it was, but it's like not a controversy thing going on. It's like if you try to modify the Switch, they'll basically brick your Switch and you won't be able to use your Switch anymore. And I know several people that modify their Switches, and so I'm just like, I think I'll hold off on getting a Switch for a bit. think I'll hold off on that. Because I don't want to like find like a free game for the Switch and come to find out that game wasn't supposed to be for the Switch, and then my Switch gets bricked. Like, I'm good. Let's try and go like there. I got his little arms going behind him like a Naruto run. They docked to our Switch. Twilight Princess was a huge impact of my adventure beginnings of being a furry. Twilight Princess was one of the games that I just thought had a deeper storyline. I'm looking forward to the furry convention next year that I'm going to. Went to my first furry con this year, but next year I'm going to be at the furry convention. I also do persona art, so I'm just used to it. Pokemon art's kind of just a hobby. Getting a fursuit can be hard, but here's the thing with furry conventions. You don't have to suit at a furry convention. There's no requirement to suit at a furry convention. I had that explained to me whenever I went, is I was like very concerned about making my entire fursuit, so I made an entire partial. I traded art with other people who 3D printed. They 3D printed the head base for my fursuit. I did the whole like fleshing it out, putting fur on it, and getting it all made, having a boopable nose. I need to figure out a way how to put like a squeaker in the nose, because that would be really cute. But it's a silicone nose. I have a Finnick Sona. See if I can open that up actually. I've got my persona reference sheets I can open. I need to save this. Save as should be folks. Open. Would it be in 2025? Ow. Loud. Is art by my sonas? There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 7 sonas. Okay, so this is my main sona, is Zimmer. They're a Finnick. I've got this one I did recently, which is a Kitsune. They're just turnaround reference sheets. Sometimes I do reference sheet art. They have 3 tails. I've got a Australian Shepherd Sona. I've got a bat. But the only partial I've made is Zimmer's partial. I haven't made any partials for any of my other sonas at this moment. But I do turnaround sheets sometimes. And then Pokemon art is just kind of a hobby. I want a dog fursuit, but I struggle with furry art, and I've been looking for someone to help draw them. I mean, I'm pretty good at doing art. Hey, bro. Let's see. Doing some Pokemon fan art. Ma'am, now is not the time. Need to erase the sketch lines on this one and do the sketch lines on the others. There we go. Yes, I have 2 cats, and one is extremely needy because she hears me talking and thinks, oh no, I'm not getting attention. But yeah, I have 2 cats. Oh, what did you do? How did you cook your PC, dude? I don't know. Maybe I should like have the arm there. It kind of looks kind of weird. How did you cook your PC, dude? Didn't you just finish building that? It went out, the screen was flickering. Perched on something? I don't know. I think if I just kind of like put the arm down where it looks kind of goofy. Oh, okay. Do you think that it might have been the settings you had it on? Maybe that? Ooh. How old am I? I am 32. I will be 33 next year. Feel like I'm gonna get called old here in a moment. I'm old. I'm old, Yusuke! Old! Because they're... Yeah, I think that works. That's so weird. Bro! Otaku Gamer is my brother. He's 2 years younger than me and telling me to go look into retirement homes. Screw you! If I have to look into retirement homes, so do you. You're not too far off. But if you start looking into retirement homes, I think Mom would be in, like, the grave. I know Mom's not looking forward to her birthday this year because she's gonna feel like a grandma. Oh man. Mom's gonna feel so old. She hit 60 this year, dude. Me and Jeremy thought about getting her Depends for Christmas. Dude. No, you need so you need to make like a little kit, like a little Christmas kit. It just like have a box and like label the box Bath and Body Hurts and have have like a bottle of ibuprofen and call it Back and Body Hurts, alleviate the pain, and like have just I'm sorry, I'm mean, I'm cruel. Mom would kick our ass. You could also gift her like a box of oatmeal and be like, look, I know you're getting up there in age, so now you have the perfect meal for breakfast. It's good for your heart health. Have some oatmeal or Honey Nut Cheerios. I mean, technically, some nursing homes do allow for wine to be given, but that's only if it's on a dietary once a day type ordeal for the resident. It's like they're allowed like one glass. Trying to color in the lines. I think I'd be able to. It's not a religious thing. I worked in the nursing home in our hometown, so it's not a religious thing, dude. It's more so to keep the residents happy and content and non-combative, and keeping the residents content with their living situation, allowing them some form of joy can improve their mental, and it can basically make them more compliant as a resident or patient. Make sure that they're not going to file reports against you, etc., etc. Even though that nursing home needs reported. Hi, BK. That nursing home needs reported, like, infinitely. My body type is really curvy despite being a boy, and my dog persona should. Okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with curvy body types. I am a curvy person myself. And all bodies are beautiful. It doesn't matter if you're thick, you're thin, you're short, you're tall. All bodies are lovable. All bodies are cuddleable. Words. All bodies deserve love, and there's no such thing as a bad body. They're just different bodies. And I'm gonna try to tell myself that despite my low confidence here. I'll try. I didn't say I believe in myself. I try to be optimistic because if I said the things that were going through my head every day, I'd probably be in a psych ward. I'm not crazy. They had me tested. Sorry, that was bad. That was bad. I don't know what it means to be chopped, dude. Like, you say that you're chopped, and I'm like, what does that mean? Is that English? I mean, it is English, but like, what does that mean? Trying to stream on both, like, Twitch and on TikTok. So my camera isn't on TikTok because my camera is currently on my Twitch. I've just come to the conclusion I like food too much. I like making people food. I'm an enabler. I'm an enabler. I like making people food, and sometimes I will randomly send friends cookies. I've got a couple friends that I sent cookies to recently because I had made too many cookies for a Christmas event, and I'm just like, hey, do you want some cookies? Did you want some gingerbread and some Loft House cookies? I made too many cookies. Most of the food for Thanksgiving? Dude, we're going to have our Friendsgiving on Saturday, and I am brining the turkey all week because I want the turkey to be tender. And so I am starting the brining today, and I'm going to make sure that it gets tender. And then whenever it is done brining, I'm going to smother it in butter and bake it in the oven. This will be my first time cooking a turkey. Let's hope I don't fuck up. I've got like an oven bag that I'm going to be cooking it in. You love Monster Energy. I can't have energy drinks. Caffeine doesn't do well with my body. My heart has a miniature heart attack if I have caffeine. So I can't have caffeine. The turkey is 12.84 pounds, so roughly a 13-pound bird. Yeah. I like making coffee for other people. I like making tea for other people. I like to make a nice creme brulee coffee with hazelnut creamer and just a splash of sugar. Sometimes I make cappuccino for friends. I like a nice herbal tea. I've got a couple herbal teas on a wish list that I want to get. There's a dragon fruit tea, and I'm going to do like a raspberry popping juice boba thing, like the boba pearls that are popping pearls. They're juice pearls. I was going to do raspberry popping pearls with a dragon fruit tea, but also I thought about doing like a cherry blossom tea with rose popping pearls, and I've thought about doing like a strawberry tea with strawberry popping pearls. Okay, I'll make you the alcoholic one, dude, but I can't have the alcohols. No one is here being a cookie monster, right? No. BK, you are allowed to enjoy the cookies. That is fine. Like, you can enjoy all the cookies. You can eat all of them. I used to work for Starbucks. If anything, I'll probably have some wine for Thanksgiving. I'm just gonna probably end up making teas and coffees. Coffee would be a good one to make. Got a lot of coffee drinkers. What the hell? Oh, it's a green belly. You discovered Pepperidge Farm cookies recently? There's a few cookies from Pepperidge Farms. Let me pause the music so I can actually focus on conversation, because multitasking is apparently something I can't do. My Twitch is just pyro_ashes. The Pepperidge Farm cookies that I like are I like the white chocolate strawberry Milanos, but I also tend to like they're like a shortbread, but they're round and they've got the strawberry thumbprint cookies. Strawberry thumbprint cookies. Do I eat pastries? I like pastries, I just can't really eat them very often. My body tends to get very upset, so if I do eat them, I eat them in moderation, but I don't tend to eat a lot of sweets. I like to bake a lot of sweets for other people, I just don't always get to eat them. I do like specific ice creams, like frozen yogurt, I like gelato. I think my favorite ice creams would have to be like probably mint chocolate chip, cookie dough, the peanut butter tracks, and white chocolate raspberry cheesecake. We had like this ice cream store where I used to live where they had all these specialty ice creams in different flavors. You have a lot of food problems, but I love how you make it sound so fun and how you make food for others. I make food for others, and yeah, I have a lot of food problems, but I don't let it stop me from being able to share things that I like with other people and make other people food. It's nice to be able to make people smile and make people happy. And if people enjoy the food, then I'm happy that they enjoy the food. And that lets me know that I did a good job. Our family had a lot of people that were really good at cooking, and we have a couple chefs in our family. They're no longer with us, but we've had chefs in our family, and I eventually wanted to do that, but never got to finish out my chef degree. I had to finish up school stuff instead, so I didn't get to complete being a chef. But it was a dream that I had one day to be the chef that gets recognized for their food and eventually gets famous and shares the love of food with people in the world and creates art through food and makes like a Japanese made cafe in the United States and that kind of stuff. But eventually I just kind of gave up on that idea, and now I just cook as a hobby. Running a restaurant is a lot of work, and it's a lot of spoons that I don't currently have. I've got a lot of chronic illness issues that I deal with, and being immunocompromised kind of puts a damper on wanting to be successful. My body just rejects them for no reason. I understand that feeling. I've got a couple friends that have gastroparesis, so they have specialized diets and can't eat certain things. I've got friends that are pescatarian, so they can't eat any animal meat based things except for like fish and seafood, and most of their diet's vegetarian. So most of the stuff that I'm prepping for Friendsgiving is pescatarian friendly. There are a few things that are not pescatarian friendly, but that's only because we have some friends that are also coming that are very big on there has to be some sort of meat on the table or they're not eating. So I tried to make sure that everyone is satisfied with like the options that are available, and I take into account everyone's allergies, their food preferences, texture preferences, what their favorite food is, what their allergies are, and if anyone has any specific allergies, avoiding those foods at the Friendsgiving so that they don't have to worry about having to go to the hospital on Friendsgiving and having an allergic reaction to something. That's the last thing I'd want to do, is everyone gets together for a good time only to go to the hospital because someone ate something that they didn't, couldn't, and weren't supposed to. Like, that's not ideal. Safety is important. Like, I've got friends that are allergic to cilantro. I've got friends that are allergic to raspberry. I've got friends that are allergic to coconut. I've got friends that are allergic to potato starch. I've got friends that are allergic to, like, a lot of things. And so anytime I'm making anything, I always consider all of those things. And if the person that's allergic to those things isn't showing up, I still keep it in mind if, in case they do show up, there's something that they can eat. I don't know. I put too much thought into food I make. And it's just kind of a habit because whenever you train to be a chef, you have to pay attention to all the food allergies that could be a possibility. If anyone has certain food allergies, what other foods can potentially cause the same allergic reaction. If someone's lactose intolerant, like keeping that in mind. I think too much. Oh jeez. Rose a walking friend archive. They have information on almost everyone they know. I mean, kind of. I know that you have like slight allergies to milk, BK, and so most of the cookies that I sent, they don't really contain. If they contain any dairy, it's mostly the frosting in one of them, and then a lot of the other cookies that I sent, they weren't. They were dairy free. So have a good night, Kira. Pyro's totally not a Sith holocron. I'm not a Sith holocron. I'm not a Sith. How many times I gotta explain? I may know the Sith mantra, but that doesn't make me a Sith. Just because you memorize the Sith mantra does not make you a Sith. Last time I checked, I wanted the purple lightsaber. Thank you very much. Or a gold lightsaber. It doesn't mean you're aligned with Jedi or Sith. It just means that you're a Templar. I mean, you know nothing. You heard nothing. This is nothing. I mean, knowing the Sith code is pretty Sithy. I don't know. I think it's just suspicious, not really Sithy. I think it just kind of doesn't paint a positive picture. But now I'm trying to understand. So if okay, so the Sith are bad, right? The Sith are the bad guys. I think the Sith are the bad guys, right? But then, weren't the Sith against the Empire? Or was the Sith for the Empire? And wasn't the Empire the bad thing? It's all based on perspective. But how do you determine what is good and what is bad? And where your alignment lies, how do you determine if your alignment is that of good or bad? Because can you be Sith and be good? Because, like, what was his name? It was the guy, I forget his name. He's the young Snape from Harry Potter looking mother fluffer. Kylo Ren, that's the guy. Wasn't Kylo Ren a Sith? Wasn't Kylo Ren a Sith? Or, like, he was on, like, the Sith Alliance, right? What do you mean they're a dark side Jedi? I thought the Jedi were all about, like, using the Force for good. We do not call Kylo Ren a Sith. Well, how come we don't call Kylo Ren a Sith? Like, is Kylo Ren not a Sith? Like, is that not what he is? Or would he just be, like, a Jedi who hasn't found his way yet? Because Kylo Ren is technically... he was helping Rey. And Rey is good. Rey is a good person. So if Kylo Ren is helping Rey, then, okay, then I can see where Kylo Ren would not be Sith, but wouldn't that make Kylo Ren a Jedi? He just trained to be Sith, but he just wanted to copy Vader. I don't know. I think... I don't know. I think Kylo Ren may have been Jedi in training at this point. Or just very confused. I'm gonna go with probably very confused. He doesn't even know where he lies. He doesn't even know where he lies. Okay, let's go back. Oh. Okay, let's go up here. There we go. This is gonna take me longer than I expected it to, and that's not my... It's not exactly my preference. Huh. Over here. So, on my suggested YouTube movies and videos and YouTube's suggested people to watch, you'll never guess who... No, he isn't a Jedi. He's killed Jedi, he killed rebels. So, on YouTube, giving me suggested people to watch or listen to, you'll never guess who showed up on my, my YouTube, hey, you should watch this, content creator. Because they apparently have a new video out and you should, watch it. That was not on my, expecting to see that type of suggestion on my YouTube feed. About one to rack YouTube in the nuts. I'm not saying I will rack YouTube in the nuts, I'm just saying that it's possible that this might be It's a person who I'm not allowed to watch on Twitch because they've blocked me on every single platform except apparently YouTube. Because apparently I still have videos that are being shown on my YouTube that are popping up with, hey, you should follow this person. I'm like, no. Is it that person? It is a person who you have, I think, checked out their Twitch streams to see what type of person they are and see if they're still a dick. And apparently the videos that were suggested to me, apparently they now are doing a VTube model or PNG tube model for their camera of like a robot kind of person. And I'm just like, oh, what's wrong? Did you get tired of showing your face on stream? Do you have people trying to figure out where you live? Is that it? Are you scared of people? Are you afraid people know who you are or might know who you are through me? Oh no. Say it ain't so. Are you scared of the consequences of your actions? No? Oh no, the consequences of your actions catching up with you years down the road. Ugh. Wait a minute. My brain just did a thing. My brain's thinking back to like the swatting shit that happened to me. And thinking, what if he had just made random accounts and that he was the one that did that? Nah, he wouldn't be that petty. I don't think he'd be that petty. He is a Leo. Maybe I'm just overthinking. New levels of petty? No, I can be petty sometimes. Just sometimes, occasionally. So when you're processing trauma, and you process things, and you can write letters to people who have wronged you in the past, and you're supposed to burn those letters. Well, I unfortunately remember every address of every ex that I've ever had, and I did write letters, and then I sent them out to said person because I wanted closure, and I'm like, oh, right, you weren't supposed to send those. Well, too late now. It's out in the open, it's out in the world, and look, here comes the consequence. Ooh. Yeah. So generally, whenever you're supposed to write letters to people who have wronged you, you don't send those to the people, you're supposed to burn them. So just an FYI for anyone that wants to process stuff and go to therapy and get help and try and process their trauma, you don't actually send the letter to the person, you burn it for cathartic and therapeutic purposes. If you send it to the person, that may not be the best idea. But I wanted closure.
But don't do that. That is not very good. That is bad. It is not a good idea. Okay, I think I got that.
I don't know.
Sometimes I wish karma would kick exes in the ass, but I don't know. There's so much I know about people in that regard. I can easily just the information that I have could be used for evil. But I am not an evil person, so I will not resort to that. I will not use my powers for evil. Knowledge is power, and I have a lot of knowledge. And I should not have been given this much power. Okay, so there's one down. While you are doing art, I have a new idea for another novel. Do you want to hear what I have for ideas? Sure. Need to take that one. There. Okay, so there's that one, which is Telefrog. Telefrog, I need to. Telefrog evolves into Terratoad. And I'm still trying to figure out, because this was in a Pokedex, and I'm trying to figure out if this is an actual Pokemon, and it's a newer Pokemon, or if I just came across some really cool fan page Wikipedia thing, and this is fan art of an idea for a Pokemon. Either way, I have done art of this Telefrog thing, and that is now a thing. Is it this one? No, that's Poliwag. Poliwhirl. Poliwag, Poliwhirl, Polidude. There it goes. Okay, so there's that one. And then I put the Poliwhirl behind or over. How the heck do I do this? The Poliwhirl there. Let's see. I need to go and grab that. Doesn't look too bad. I'm the frog type. I'm a frog type. There's Poliwhirl. I also want to draw Squirtle, but that's because it wouldn't be with the frog stuff, it'd be a different piece. I need to draw 4 Squirtles with little bandanas. Now there's a reason I want to draw 4 Squirtles with the bandanas, but they'll be like bandana masks, like across the blue, purple, orange, and red. And there's a reason I'd want to draw that. Because I saw a friend drawing Squirtle, and I'm like, I thought you were going to make this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with Squirtles. And so I have an idea to make Teenage Mutant Ninja Squirtles. Squirtles in a half shell. Turtle power! This doesn't look too bad, I don't think. Okay. Teenage Mutant Ninja Squirtles. So a new novel is basically there are 2 factions, the muted and the speakers. Both names are still under use. Muted are folks that have no magic, while speakers are born with magic, and the magic gives them their voice. There's conflict between the muted and speaker factions, but it's basically muted or oppressed. Okay. Jack C. Corgi. Hello. I think I can get this. How are you doing tonight? I was gonna say the art looks beautiful and amazing. Currently going off of references and making fan art. Love Pokemon, I've been a fan since the 90s. I have also been a fan since the 90s. I was born in the 90s. I have, if I can, it's in my desk actually. Those are coasters I made that are Pokemon themed. Is that good? There it is. Mother. Smashed my finger and ow. So, in the 90s, there was a marble collecting game for Pokemon where you had giant Pokeballs that you would store marbles with the Pokemon on those marbles. They're now considered vintage because anything over 20 years is vintage. But I had a hollow number 37 Vulpix. And I made it into a necklace so that I wouldn't lose it. But I kept my marble. Well, technically I lost my marble in the tall grass at a church one day, and then I spent 20 years looking for it, and eventually I found one online, but then I got my number 37 hollow Vulpix back, and everything was good again. But yeah, I spent 20 years looking for that freaking marble. It's a bit of a dedication, a nerdy dedication to Pokemon.
I collect Pokemon stuffed animals, as you can see in the back. I've got some Pokemon on my bed, and the rest are in other places because I couldn't put them all on my bed, or my bed would no longer be a bed, it'd just be all Pokemon. And I've got a giant pink Snorlax that I've made that's behind my chair, but it's, yeah. I mean, if you're creating your own Sona or creating your own Pokemon and stuff, you can do whatever the heck you want with it. It doesn't have to be canon to the series. There's fandoms for a reason. Like, if you have a love for something and you want to create fan art of it, then go for it. If you want to create a poly world that is apparently going to be a poly world lollipop and it's got rainbow spiral eyes, go for it. Damn it, now I want to do that. Damn. I'm trying to keep this canon. I'm like, wait. Don't do it. I'll probably have to write that down as an idea to do for fan art of Poliwhirl. Well, okay. Have a good night. And thanks for joining tonight. Let's see, Poliwhirl candy version. I've already done a Mothra and Volcarona and Mothra. That was what I did earlier, was this one. Have a good night. Hope it wasn't too boring. Let's see. Mothra looks so cute in that. Yeah, I plan on, if I can, hold on, let me go over to Mothra and Volcarona. So taking that one off, putting this back, putting this back, putting this back. So I'm thinking of possibly taking the 1970s look Mothra and Volcarona crossover and making possibly a like a sticker album of Volcarona Mothra crossover. I'm not sure. Like, it's an idea, but at the same time, I'm trying to find the thing. Let me see. I can find the thing. Yeah, daisuki is what the Japanese on the heart says daisuki, which means I like you a lot in Japanese. Where is it? I might make this one into a sticker album, to be honest, because it turned out really cute, and I'm just like, I'm gonna make it into a sticker album. I'm gonna make it into a sticker album. I just feel like that's something I would do. I've already made sticker versions of those. Oh, I need to print out stickers of the Mothra original colors. Oh, Jesus Christ. Pay no attention to the scary person behind the curtain. Got one. Two. Got two. Okay. I forgot to make stickers of the
Mothra and Volcarona stuff, and I need to do that because I had made a sticker version specifically. Don't pay attention to things dropping. I just got done organizing. Like, I cleaned up my room a bit and I organized stuff, okay? For once, my room is semi-organized. Sort of. It's an attempt. It's an attempt. Print. Need to do a page of 9 original Mothras. I've got hollow sheets coming in on Tuesday to make more stickers. Ha ha ha. Stickers printing. Okay, so that was rough. Okay. X out that. Okay, so if I can, I'm not sure how that's gonna go. So I did sort of clean up. Let's see if I can. I've got my shelf over here now, my printer and stuff there. The shelf is organized. I've got my other shelf over there with my books and stuff on it. And then trash can stuff, yeah. But yeah, I did a bit of cleaning and a bit of organizing, and I did do a bit of making things look a little bit better in my room. I did that yesterday because my brain decided it was going to go down Depress Me Street and I needed to get out of my head. I needed to get out of my head. I think a lot of us need to get out of our heads. And I got around to doing that and taking time to take care of my room. But yeah, I got a little bit inside my own head too much. Welcome to the holiday season and what it does to people's brains. It's the holiday season. It's Santa Claus making toys for all those good little girls and boys. Skeletons in the closet. My skeleton is not in the closet. My skeleton is in the front room, sitting on the ottoman. Well, unless you count the various skulls that are up on the oddity shelf, the bones, the snake skins, the random crystals and random spell jars, the big bucket of rocks and crystals and stones, and the random tooth from an extracted. Okay, I'm gonna show you my oddities. Right, so I have a bucket of crystals. God. I feel like I should have. I wonder if it's in here. It's not a dragon tooth. Not a dragon tooth. What do I have? Did I put this in here? Oh, that's my. That's my permit. My permit for driving in Oklahoma. Oh. Did I put this in here? I don't think I don't want to put those in here. They're not in here. There's my medal from competition. Third place state. That is not what we're looking for. Why do I do this? Why do I do this to myself? I got distracted. That's not what I'm looking for. There's a specific thing I'm looking for, and I don't know where. I don't remember. Oh, I think I remember. It's in here. I was like, wait a minute. Had to get my brain to click together. Hold on. Okay, so it is not a dragon tooth. So this is a random rocks and coral and bone pieces and stuff, fossils. So it's not a dragon tooth. It's actually a fossilized dinosaur tooth. There's a couple vendors in this area that go to local events that they bring fossils and crystals from the quarry that they have. And so they have access to an actual place to get actual fossils and bones and stuff, and they take them to events. And so there's a fossilized dinosaur tooth. It's really neat. It's got the teeth marks and stuff on the inside from where the roots were. And I've got a smaller one. This fine. Just dropping dinosaur teeth. This is super cool. This is satellite. Satellite is neat because you can take satellite and a black light, and then when you shine the black light in the satellite, it lights it up, and it's really neat. Let me try and... Now, this is kieranite. Kieranite is a lot like bismuth in the fact that it is very much an iridescent, rainbow, metallic-looking rock crystal formation. It's really neat. Almost looks like a dragon scale. Now this topaz quartz. It forms on fossilized minerals. Regular quartz. This is moonstone. And when you shine light through it, it has an iridescent rainbow effect. And this is tiger eye. And then these are white coral pieces. And if you've ever paid attention to fossils and dinosaurs and those little nautiluses and amorites that used to be in the ocean, the little amorites that would have the nautilus things sticking out of the shell, and they would feed on things, and there's still some of them still in the ocean today. This is a fossil of those. And it has fossilized in a way that it's fire amorite, which basically, when you have it shine in the light, it has kind of like a fire opal effect to it. Yes, fossils and rocks. I have several of those. Okay, so those go back on the oddity shelf. This... trying to get it out of here if I can. So this is only a piece of it, but I've got several pieces in a container. Sometimes we have little garden snakes that come in our yard, and they'll leave their skins behind. So I dry out the skins, and I kind of collect them, and eventually I want to use them for resin jewelry, but I have snake skins that are going to be used for jewelry stuff. I've got some amethyst. I have... It's going to be a little bit weird, as if things weren't already weird. As if things weren't already weird enough. So this little jar is full of snail shells. So occasionally, when the weather gets warm enough and birds feed on a bunch of snails that are out in the open, they will sometimes leave the shells of those snails on the sidewalks, and the shells will just like eventually disintegrate back into the earth. These are all snail shells that were left out on the sidewalk from various birds that have consumed, and when the weather dehydrates the snails too much. So I've got a whole jar of snail shells. This is not giving off witch vibes whatsoever. Then I've got a little miniature resin cast crow skull. I thought it was neat. I got it at like a oddity vendor. It's really cool. And then this is an actual tooth. It is my tooth. Apparently doctors and dentists get weirded out if you're an adult asking for your tooth after an extraction. Oh sure, kids can ask for their tooth and get their tooth put in a container after their visit at the dentist. But I ask for my tooth, and apparently the dentist just like, why do you want your tooth after the extraction? We're just gonna toss it anyways. Because if you're just gonna toss the tooth, why can't you just let me have it? Like, why not just let me have the tooth? It's my tooth. You ripped it out of my skull. So my tooth, the way that it was extracted was very brutal, very painful. This is trigger warning, I guess. This is my tooth. This is the size of my tooth. Yeah, it was a crow skull. That was the size of the cavity and stuff. I cleaned it up after it got extracted, but that is my tooth from the extraction. I'm gonna put that back on the oddity shelf. Trying to think if there's anything else on my oddity shelf that I could try to do. Stretching. How much stretch? I've got several ducks. Got an owl. I'm not really sure. I think my grandma kept all my baby teeth somewhere. They're probably gone forever now. Oh, now I remember. I had my trinket jar. I've got a little trinket thing. So some of the events that are Fae-related events and fairy-related events, you get trinkets. So some of the trinkets are things like shiny things. I like shiny things. Sometimes those trinkets more so are sometimes the trinkets are like little flowers. Sometimes the trinkets are trinkets that remind you of people and make you cry, but they're still very pretty trinkets. Sometimes your trinkets are things like that. Sometimes your trinkets are little sea turtles, magnets that are unicorns, tiny frogs, tiny octopus. Sometimes you run into people who give you trinkets that are literally pressed gold coins. Because apparently there was a person that was doing a Renaissance cosplay at the fairy event, and they were like, "Here, you want a gold coin?" I'm like, oh, okay. Here's a tiny frog. You give me gold coin, I give you tiny frog. Oh yeah. One of the places, trinkets that they had, I got a tiny hat. Look, I got a tiny little witch hat. I was trying to remember where my thing was that I was gonna show, and I'm like, wait, that's in the trinket box. I didn't remember exactly where it was. Okay, so this is my star sign, which is Gemini. And it's a zodiac coin. Then this is my Chinese zodiac on a coin, and it's the rooster. 1993 is the year of the rooster. And those are just neat little trinket baubles. You're not winning against accusations of being a fae. Details. It's not like I keep a frog on my desk. I have everything in there. See, that's a tiny frog in there. Oh. I'm gonna go put that back on my desk. You saw nothing. That's not a frog. That's not a frog. Totally not drawing frogs. Totally. I want to get more tiny frogs. That way I can empty out this frog and just fill it with tiny frogs. So whenever people are just like, what is that? It's a frog filled with frogs. It's a frog within a frog. It's a frogception. Frogception, man. Frogception. It's frogception. I was gonna say something, but I'm like, let the silence play out. What do you mean? But yeah, I want to get more tiny frogs. Unfortunately, I would need to figure out a way to get monies for tiny frogs. 'Cause I had to spend monies today. I had to get a roasting pan for the turkey. Because apparently we didn't have anything big enough, and whenever I tried to use the crock pot dish to try and store the turkey in, because I thought, okay, the crock pot's gotta be big enough, right? No, absolutely not. I was wrong. I was so wrong. The crock pot was not big enough, and by the time I had the turkey sitting in the crock pot dish, it looked like the turkey was trying to take a bath in a bathtub that was too small, with his feet hanging off of the crock pot. It was just all of a sudden just, okay, we got the crock pot thing here, and you're trying to fit this giant ass turkey in this fucking crock pot like this. There's the crock pot thing, and you got the crock pot thing there, and you got this giant turkey here, and his legs were up here. Kind of had his leg over the other, like that, and his little wingies over there, and over there. So you got this like, this is very crude drawing of this like really badly drawn turkey thing. So you got this turkey halfway hanging out of this crock pot, like here. It's not even cooked turkey, but I don't want to draw a pink turkey, so we're going brown. And here's this little wingy hanging off of the edge of this crock pot. There's other wingy hanging off the other side. And you got like, his legs were just like up here, just up here. I was trying to get it to fit inside this like small ass crock pot. And I'm like, yeah, no, this guy ain't fitting. This guy ain't fitting, man. He's not gonna fit. Just, here's your little attempt at trying to get a turkey to fit in a very small crock pot. Just whee! And it just reminded me of like, oh yeah, he's just chilling in a bathtub at this point, because he's like over here, and I'm just over here like, this doesn't fit. This doesn't fit. I thought it would fit. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. Like, I was trying really hard to get it to fit in this like crock pot. It is just sitting like hanging off of it. And I sat there like, oh crap, I'm not gonna be able to brine this bird. That's not gonna work. So I sat there for a moment. I'm like, I don't want to spend money, but we don't have any of the like things we need for roasting this bird, and I didn't even think about that. And the bird's already thawed out, and it has to brine after it's thawed out. So sitting here looking at this turkey like, well, you look like you're just chilling at a spa day, but I can't have you just chilling at a spa day because you'll just go bad. So I'm gonna have to sacrifice money and go get you a thing to brine in. Which means paying a fucking DoorDash fee, because I can't risk going and biking right now. Because I have to make sure that I take as much of precautions as I can, just so that I don't relapse and get C19 again. I have to take as many precautions as I can. It sucks, because I want to bike ride. I want to bike ride. But the health restrictions say I can't. Not at this time. I rebel. I rebuke thee. Yeah, delivery is sort of expensive. So, like, the delivery fee is like $2.99, but apparently there's taxes and fees, which end up being like $5.99 where I live. And so, like, you get an order, and you're just like, oh yeah, this roasting bag is gonna cost me $1. This roasting pan is gonna cost me like, what, $4. So okay, I spend $5, but then I gotta spend 5 something in delivery and taxes, and then 2 more for the delivery driver, and then apparently I still have to tip the delivery driver, so a $5 order becomes a fucking $15, $16 order. And I'm just sitting here like, I need to make more art and sell more art, apparently. I'm a bro time. that was expensive. And it was either like risk the fees and risk the money and preserve the bird because it was a free turkey and turkeys are not cheap. So it was either save the bird and brine the bird and be able to cook the bird, or risk losing the bird and the bird looked like he just took a spa day but rots. Mother fluffer. And of course, everyone can see my freaking room on that. Can we go like over there? Sure. I'm just trying to make sure that my camera doesn't sidetrack to the forbidden zones. Because my cats keep opening my door to my room. And I wish they didn't. I thought about doing Minecraft today, but then I'm like, you know what you haven't done in a while? You haven't done an art stream in a while. For Children Need Their Chaos. I just hadn't done an art stream in a while, and I'm just like, you know what? Maybe we'll do an art stream. Why not? I just realized that I hadn't done any art streams. So I decided, you know what? It's art stream time. I mean, if I'm on the thing for disabled artists for nominations, I mean, might as well do an art stream and live up to accusations of being an artist. Accusations of being an artist. I'm not an artist. I don't know what you're talking about. Those accusations are false. If you're not an artist, why are you drawing frogs? I'm not drawing. You're seeing things. We're all mass hallucinating. Mass hallucinating, really. It's all one big hallucination. We've all taken too many gummies. It's all those cookies. Damn edibles. I can't even afford to make them edibles. I can't use that as an excuse. I can't use that as an excuse because they're not actually edibles. I mean, yes, you can eat them, which makes them edible, but they are not edibles, which is a whole entirely different thing. And I would love to make those, but cannot. And I'm pretty sure that would not be legal in several states. Several states. Chlorophyll type. Where did the thing go? Oh, it's right there. Can you explain why you were selling edibles? Because everyone likes to eat and everyone likes food? A lot of people like food. I like food. My thing is, why do Poliwhirls... Is Poliwhirl a fighting type Pokemon? Because Poliwhirl has literal boxing gloves on their hands. So, like, is Poliwhirl a fighting type? Poliwhirl is not a fighting type. Its evolution, Poliwrath, is the one that gains fighting type, making a water fighting type Pokemon. However, Poliwhirl is a water type. Poliwhirl is a water type. Poliwrath is a fighting and water type. So apparently Poliwhirl, water type. Poliwrath, fighting water type. Mother fluffer. Okay, now I gotta erase the sketch lines. Oh god, that was the lead, that was not the erase. There we go. I just put that on the wrong layer.
Mistakes we make in under 5 seconds. Don't tell me I put that on that layer. No! No! Son of a bitch. This is what I get. This is what I get. I tried very hard to do this on the right layer, and I fucked up. Fucked up. Major cojones. Okay. Can't believe I fucked up. Cries. You son of a bitch. And one of the reasons I'm doing this is just because I wanted to make a joke. Just because I wanted to make a joke. A really bad, cringy joke. Hello? 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 I'll go with some water type. I heard a ribbit. Kit, kit, kit. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Come here. Come here. Why are you being needy? Does this say Salem can be needy 24/7? Is that what that says? Are you gonna be needy? You wanna go up here? Are you done being a butt, Salem? Of course, he's never done. Apparently, we interrupt this program for your unscheduled and uncensored cat TV. Are you done? Okay.
I need to be quicker at getting this done. I'm gonna head off for the night. I need to be up in a few hours for work. Good luck. Have a good night. I think for right now I'm gonna call it. Anyways, feel free to follow for more content in the future. Remember to hydrate, remember to eat food, take meds, do all the things that are self-care, and have a good rest of the night. Get some rest, and feel free to follow for more content in the future.